Hi Rosy friends, it's Julie, and today I'm going to talk about my newest skincare routine, both daytime and nighttime, because I finally found products I like. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my very favoriteest ever skincare company shut down about 1.5 years ago, and since that time I have been searching for new products. Cleansers, moisturizers, all the different products that I use on my skin every day. I did a video back in, I think, February to talk about what I was using up until that point, because I'd found ones that were kind of okay, but I wasn't satisfied with them, so the hunt continued. And finally, a new company opened up, also from British Columbia, just like the last one that I liked, coincidentally enough, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I've actually done a video on one of the products that I'm using in my skincare routine, but I thought I would just do the whole thing all at once and then try to keep this video short. And I say that term loosely because we know that my videos always run long. So I thought I would do a video for just discussing briefly all the products that I'm using and the order that I'm using them in, and then talk about them all in individual videos later on for the products that I haven't yet reviewed individually. So, without further ado, the company that I have recently discovered is called Noble Naturals, and I am absolutely in love with their products. I do not mean that lightly. I really love every single thing that I have tried from them so far. I haven't tried everything that I want to. I have ordered more products and I've received more products that I haven't yet tested out, so there will be reviews again in the future. I have another product order on the way right now because they had a sale last weekend and I took advantage of that. I thought that I would just talk about the skincare routine that I've built so far. It's slightly different in the daytime and the nighttime, but I know that you have been waiting for me to talk about what I've been using because I wasn't really happy with the stuff that I tried in February, and then recently I did another video on a product that I didn't like at all. So I wanted to bring good news. I wanted to bring happy news, and here is the happy news. So I'll talk about the daytime routine first, and then I'll do the nighttime routine. And some of the products cross over, but I thought I would just do it, like run it straight out so that I can tell you what exactly I'm using in each one. So the first product that I use in the daytime is the cleanser. It is the Noble Naturals Chamomile Cleansing Cream. And it is extremely light, and it does an incredible job. I really love it. The last cream cleansers that I've been using, they've left like a thick, buttery, horrible feeling. I know if you saw the February video, you saw me complain about the one that I was using then. I was not satisfied with it, and you couldn't use it in the eye area. This one, I have gone right over my lashes. I've shut my eyes and gone over the whole thing, and it does not irritate my eyes at all. It is fantastic. It leaves my skin feeling clean but not stripped even slightly. I am thrilled with this cleanser. It basically takes off everything I don't want to have there anymore, and it leaves behind everything I do still want to have there. It doesn't irritate at all. It is so gentle. I really like the little pump thing. Here, if you can see where is it? There we go. The little dispensing pump. It just does a little bit at a time, so that makes it a lot easier to measure out the amount that I actually want, because I like the ones that dispense out of a pump, but I don't like the ones where you have to actually like squish it down and then like a whole pile comes out, because I don't necessarily need that much. So a little bit comes out at a time. I normally use 2 pumps of this, and that's it, but it actually lets me gauge what I want. Oh, and also the pump in this style, because I keep one in my shower because I wash my face in the shower at night, because I shower at night. This stops water from actually getting into it, and the kind where you actually like pump the top of it, it's got that little weird neck thing, that water actually gets in there and then it thins out the product over time, even when it's not in the direct stream of the water. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I love the product. I love the bottle. So I'm talking way too much about these already. This is supposed to be in the individual product video, so I'll try and keep this much more brief. So daytime, first product is the Noble Naturals Chamomile Cleansing Cream. And the next one, I got a sample version of it. And the label wasn't ready because this was a new product at the time, but it is called, I called it up on the website, the Chamomile and Witch Hazel Calming Toning Mist. It looks like that, and it is not coming clear on my screen. My camera is, there we go. It looks like that. Chamomile and Witch Hazel Calming Toning Mist. I have this bottle of it, And this is what I use once I finish cleansing my face and I pat dry. Then I mist this a couple of times and then I spread it around with my fingers. You can also spritz it on a cotton pad, I think, and spread it, but I personally don't like using anything but my fingertips on my face these days. So that's how I do it, is I just kind of go psh, psh, and then like spread it around. This I find refreshing after washing my face, but I feel like my pores are actually smaller than they used to be, and this wasn't something I actually expected. It's something I just sort of accidentally noticed. Maybe I'm just looking for differences, maybe it's a placebo effect, but I have gigantic pores, especially along here and then on the sides of my nose, and they seem tighter, and so I don't know if it's just because of better skincare as a whole or if the toner is actually doing it, but either way I find it calming, but then also my pores aren't as messed up looking as they normally do, so maybe side benefit of that. So then in the daytime, the next product that I use is the Bedrock Balm. I have done a video about this before. If I remember to, I will put a link for this on the screen so that you can click to it after you're done viewing this video if you haven't watched it already, because I actually have a coupon code for this one on that video. I'll actually put that in the description as well for this video. I'll put all this in the description for this video so that it's easier for you to consult to it if you're actually looking for it. But yep, the Bedrock Balm, it is a zinc oxide based product. I put this only on the rosacea affected areas of my face during the daytime. I really like how calming it is. I feel like it creates a really nice healing effect, if that makes any sense. And then also because it is zinc oxide, I feel like it gives me a little bit of an extra UV barrier, and since sunlight is one of my major triggers, then I feel that that's very important. So that's why I put this on in the daytime now. And I consider this basically like, you know, the products that are out there and they have like moisturizer with SPF, and it's your daytime moisturizer and stuff, and people use that. And technically speaking, if you're really going out in the sun, you should be putting on actual sunscreen on top of that. But just for daily wear, leaving the house and stuff like that, a lot of people have moisturizers with SPF in it. I feel like that's what this does to my moisturizer, is I add a little bit of SPF, a little bit of healing, a little bit of nice stuff. So I put this on next, right after I put on the toner. After that, because the Bedrock Balm is meant as a base below your moisturizer, my moisturizing routine starts. And then that starts, I have 2 steps for that, and the first is the Noble Naturals Isla Anti-Inflammatory Facial Oil. It's got chamomile and calendula in it. This is incredible. I am so impressed with this because I have used facial oils and I've used really great ones in the past, and I thought that they could never be beat. But this is the best thing I've ever tried in terms of a facial oil, especially because it's an oil, but it sinks in right away and it doesn't leave an oily feeling behind. I didn't even know that was possible. I've always used heavier things, and yet I have very, very, very dry skin, and we're just coming out of a very long, drawn-out winter where I live, and even though this absorbs right in and doesn't leave an oily layer on the top, my skin stays moisturized. It's incredible. It is absolutely beautiful. My skin goes instantly soft. It's not something that became softer over several days of use. I mean, I put this on and my face was soft after that. And it normally has a rough feeling, even when it's been very soft, it's still had a bit of a rough feeling. It's never been as soft as it used to be before I had rosacea. It just isn't like that. And now it is with this. I'm so impressed with this. I can't say enough good things about it. I use it right on top of the Bedrock Balm, and it absorbs right into all my skin. And I don't just use it on the affected areas, I use it on my entire face, and it is absolutely beautiful. I did find that the directions on the bottle say to apply 3 to 5 drops to your skin and massage them in. So when I first started testing it, I put 3 to 5 drops on, and I started, you know, just gently fingertips sort of tapping them in or massaging it in a little bit like that, and that was fine. Then I was tired one night. I know I'm talking about my daytime routine, but I also use it at night, and I was tired one night and I put a larger amount of it because it was just out of habit, because the old facial oils that I used to used a lot more, and I put too much, and I did end up kind of breaking out a little bit the next day. But when you use the amount that it actually says on the bottle, it's perfect, at least for my skin. As you know, in every video I always say when I review a product, it could work for you, it might not. It works for me, this one. This is on my skin. We all have different skin. We all have different skin needs and textures and dryness or oiliness, and our rosacea reacts to different things. So I'm only talking about, when I'm making all these claims and things, I'm talking about the way that it is on my skin. I'm not an expert here, but this is incredible for me. When I actually used it as directed, as opposed to just dumping it into my hand and being ridiculous about it, it softens and hydrates my skin absolutely beautifully. And then the final step to my daytime routine is the Noble Naturals Cosmic Cream, calming and nourishing. And I will show you that one there. There we go. And this is extremely light, but extremely hydrating at the same time. Like the Isla oil, really, I hope I'm saying that. It doesn't look like Isla to me. It looks like Isla, so I hope I'm saying that properly. But like that, I just put a couple of pumps of that on my hand, rub my hands together, and then just spread it over my face and then pat it in with my fingertips. And it feels like it's so light, it's almost nothing. And yet you can feel the difference. It's like it helps this to push this in even further, and it just absorbs right away. After putting on all this stuff, even though it's ultra hydrating, there is no slimy layer behind, there's no oily layer behind. It just feels very soft and healthy and lovely. So that's why I'm so enthusiastic about these products, and I couldn't wait to tell you about them. And this, I'm not wearing foundation on my face right now. I do have eye makeup on, and I have like one of those lip crayon thingies, because I really wanted to, it's been so long since I've done a video, and it's been so long since I've done anything to look nice because I wear a mask when I leave the house, that I just thought that I would go for it. But I am not wearing foundation. There's no concealer on my face. This is what my face looks like. Actually, after 2 weeks of using these products, I went for a social distancing walk with my mother, and admittedly, she was at least 6 feet away from me, but she asked me if I had been wearing makeup. She asked if I was doing videos that day, and if I was wearing makeup, because my skin looks so much better. So I'm not saying that these are some sort of rosacea cure. I just mean that my face has been so healed and healthy that my mother actually thought I was wearing makeup that day. It was still pink, but it wasn't irritated or aggravated as it really had been at the time, especially because I started all this after that last product that I reviewed that just everything went wrong. So yeah, so that is my daytime routine, and my nighttime routine is very similar, so I'm going to breeze through it pretty quickly. But it starts with the Noble Naturals Chamomile Cleansing Cream. Already talked about that. Same deal, only I do it in the shower instead of at my sink. The next step is a different one. It is the Chamomile Floral Water. It's essentially a toning mist. That's the only ingredient, and I really like this. See, the only ingredient is chamomile floral water. And I like this at night. I don't want to use the actual toner. That seems like overkill at night. Maybe I'm wrong to do it. Maybe I should be trying that at night as well. But it just seems milder, and just, I use this because it is so calming and healing. And since the weather has suddenly turned and it's suddenly very hot out, I've started using this as a light spritz during the daytime too, if I need a bit of an extra calming because the heat gets to me because I've just gone for a walk, or I went outside for what I thought was 3 seconds and I ended up staying out in the sun for a little longer than I thought. Then even though I wear a hat and things, this is really nice for that. And you know how enthusiastic I've been about rose water, and I've actually set that aside in favor of chamomile floral water. I'm liking this, and right now I like the idea of using it at night because I tend to think of my daytime routine as the one that I want to be toning and, you know, reducing redness and all that for just basically if I'm going to be seeing people. But at night I want it to be restorative and calming, so healing, calming, that sort of thing. This could be all in my head. I don't know. It's not like this is making claims like that, but that's what I like after I cleanse. So then I go directly into the Isla oil after that, and then the Cosmic Cream. It's a shorter list by a little bit, and it's actually at night it's all the Noble Naturals products, but that's what I like. It just seems very simple and not a lot of ingredients. There's no scent to any of the products. There's no fragrances, I mean, nothing like that. None of them have any kind of strong smell, even with the ingredients in them. There's nothing off-putting, nothing lasting, anything like that, which I really appreciate because I am very sensitive to that kind of thing. As a side note, I know this is about skincare, but I also tend to think of, you know, if I'm talking about my rosacea skincare routine, then I also have ocular rosacea. So I thought that I would also point out that I've started using, since this allergy season is coming, is here in full blast, I've started using Sustain Ultra. Oops, I did the French side, sorry. Sustain Ultra, the hydration formula. This is just a hydrating drop. It is not an anti-redness drop. My eye doctor has flat out told me don't get anti-redness drops. They're hard on your eyes. They don't make things better, they can actually make things worse over time. You do put them in and it makes your eye look clearer, but it's actually harder on your eye and it can be irritating. Since I already have very sensitive eyes that are prone to irritation, I thought I may as well listen to my eye doctor and not get anti-redness ones. So I just went for the hydration drops. They're good for 3 months after you open them. I'm about halfway through this bottle. It's just a bitty little bottle. They're not cheap, but I buy them whenever they're on sale. I just put a drop in each eye in the morning and one in each eye before I go to bed, and my eyes have felt a lot better. Even though I am washing my eye area with the cleansing cream, which doesn't irritate them or anything, it's lovely. I like to go that extra step, especially in allergy season, and especially right now because we're not supposed to be touching our faces or our eyes, and right now all I want to do is constantly clear my eyes. If they're irritated, they always feel like they have something in them, so I'm always trying to fish out whatever sand or eyelash or whatever feels like it's in there, even though it's just dry eyes or pollen or whatever. So this has made a substantial difference. I'm really liking this, so I thought that I would bring this up. The reason that I actually picked this particular formula is that my best friend has glaucoma, and her eye doctor, her specialist, recommended only this and one other brand of eye drops, and I can't remember what the other one is right now. Nope, I can't remember. But it was just these 2 brands, and so this one was the one that I found and I liked it the most. So yeah, that's why I went with Sustain. So I thought that I would bring that up as well. When I did absolutely fall in love with all of these products, I reached out to Doppel Naturals and asked them, as I have with other companies in the past that I've really liked, you know, like Bedrock Mom, I asked them when I fell in love with the product, would you be willing to share a coupon code so that if any of my Rosy friends want to try the product, they can save some money giving it a whirl for the first time. And Doppel Naturals, being the awesome brand that they are, said absolutely. So if you want to save 20% on your first order for the next, I think it's active for another 2.5 months, then all you need to use when you're checking out from the official website is the code ROSY. They do ship worldwide, and there is a free shipping threshold of, I think it's $110 if you want to ship for free in Canada or the United States, but they do ship globally, and you can save 20% off of your main order by using the coupon code ROSY, R-O-S-Y. I'll put it on the screen if I remember to, but it will definitely be in the video description below. I think that's everything I wanted to say about all these products. I'm just so relieved to finally have something that I really like. Something that works really well with another product that I really like. A brand that is friendly and accessible and willing to share a coupon code with my Rosy friends. I am not affiliated with this. This is not sponsored. I'm not with any of the brands that I just discussed. It's not sponsored. I'm not being paid. My last order that's coming that I was talking about, I bought that on sale, and so I'm not giving a positive review for any kind of gain. This is actually, I love these products. I love what they're doing for my face, and I have continued to buy it because I want them to continue doing that. If you have tried Doppel Naturals products, or if you tried the Bedrock Balm from the last video that I talked about, when I talked about it, I hope you'll share that in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm always curious to find out what anybody actually does with the information I talk about in these videos. Does anybody act on it, or is it just interesting in any way? So I hope you'll share that. And if you did like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. That way I will know. And if you would like to see more videos like this, especially when I move on to review each of these products individually and talk about the ingredients and things like that, then I hope you'll subscribe to this channel and click the little bell icon if you want to receive alerts when I add anything new to this channel. And other than that, I will see you next time.